people with pre-existing heart and lung issues like asthma, like you said, are especially vulnerable, and it's even more important that they take precautions to avoid breathing in that smoke.
And joining us now as well is our Juan Fernandez as we continue to follow this breaking news of the Hughes Fire. And, Scott, what advice are you having for people in this area? I mean, you want to tell them to stay indoors, but if they're being evacuated right now, they've got to get out. So what can they do?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're being evacuated, by all means, get out. If you're not in an evacuation zone and you can stay inside, keep your windows and doors closed. Run your HVAC fan and or an air purifier. And avoid using things that bring outside air inside, such as a whole house fan or a swamp cooler. If you have to be outside, an N95 mask can provide some protection if it fits well. And also, you want to avoid doing any heavy outdoor exertion because you end up breathing in more pollution when you do that. And the best thing to do is just be aware of your air quality conditions. So you want to check the air quality measurements with either the South Coast AQMD app or aqmd.gov. That's if you're in LA County. If you're in Ventura County, you want to go to airnow.gov. Also, smell for smoke and look for ash. And if your AQI is high, if you smell smoke or you see ash, you want to take precautions to avoid breathing that pollution in.
All right, Scott Epstein, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon to give some really helpful advice for those who may be dealing with this smoke. We were also showing our viewers a live look at Castaic High School that is being evacuated. We were talking to families. Amanda Starantino was talking to families a little earlier. The families were evacuating, getting their kids out of the elementary school. And now we're also hearing about the high school. And going back to the smoke and the danger of it, just driving in today, you can see the smoke even hovering over Studio City. A friend of mine also reached out who lives in North Hollywood. He has an N95 mask on inside his house because he is feeling the effects of it. So, yeah, make sure you keep your windows closed, run the AC if you need to, and be as safe as possible. All right, speaking of Amanda Starantino, let's go back to her now. She is live at Ridge Route Road with the very latest from there. Amanda.
Hey guys, it's a very hectic scene over here. You can see the fire right over this way. This is where it's burning. The fire department asked me not to go any further. I'm going to take my IFB out because I'm getting some feedback from you guys. Okay, so what you can see is a lot of LA County Fire Department is out here. What they're doing right now is watching those flames. They're right on the other side of this ridge. They're concerned this wind is blowing southwest. So we are right alongside the 5 freeway. We are east of the 5, right past Lake Hughes Parkway. What this fire crew is doing right here, they're watching for any hot spots if that flames are going to go over. They have eyes up all down right here. We're right along Ridge Route. You can see the 5 to the right. And they're making sure that that fire doesn't go, but they're ready to go. The problem here, though, is in this spot where they're watching these flames come over, they have just a little bit of water in these tanks. Look at this. Massive tank right here. It has no water. It's under construction. So that's what they're very concerned about right now, that this thing has no water for them to fight that fire. So they are relying on airdropping, water dropping aircraft at this point. But all these guys out here, they all have eyes on those flames, making sure this ridge line is staying clear. But that fire is back behind us, east of us right now. But the concern is, Suzanne, if you can turn around, you can see if that fire goes, there's all this hillside that is all dry with a lot of brush, and we can see all those homes right across the 5 freeway. So we're crossing Ridge Route Road right now. And this is just past the fire, but you can see right over here all these homes in this area, which have been, they are under an evacuation order, but these guys keeping an eye if those flames go over, because the 5 freeway is right here, and that could cause a lot of problems because you can see just how much vegetation and brush is across there. So right across from me, if we go down this way, this is going to be going on the 5 south, going this direction. This is which way the wind is blowing by how you can tell in my hair blowing with the wind. So we're talking about these neighborhoods all right here. Lakeview, we got Lakeview over there. We have Hillcrest. We have Hasley Canyon. That's the direction this fire is going. You are under an order and you need to go in the Castaic Lake area as well. All those schools have been evacuated. So that is some good news there that all those kids are out of there. We just came from the Castaic Recreation evacuation area. A lot of people have left in about an hour. It went from a very hectic, crazy scene there. The roads were packed to a very quiet area with just first responders. So it sounds like a lot of people packed up quickly to go. But again, fire crews watching that fire line right now and making sure that no hot spots come across this area. None of them can talk to me on camera here, but what I am being told is that they are just keeping an eye on these flames, making sure it's not going, but they say it's moving very, very rapidly. This thing is moving fast. I mean, actually, just look at it. You can see these pink strands right here, just how strong this wind is blowing and which direction it is going. I mean, this is a great wind gauge for us right here for you to see. And that's the direction that fire is going right now across all these hillsides. So right now, not directly impacting homes, but it very well could very, very quickly when this wind picks up. I'm gonna put my IFB back in so I can hear what you guys are saying. But all right, I can hear you guys now.
All right, Amanda, it looks like, we have these units here. They're kind of staged right now, looking to see where the fire is headed next. And the good news is, too, is that a lot of these units were pre-stationed, right, Amy, overnight, knowing that these fires would be happening. And I think we lost communications with Amanda. Is that right? Yeah,
oh, no, I'm still here. I can hear you.
Okay, great. Okay.
And the good thing, though, Amanda, is that while that tank may be under construction, they've got Castaic Lake. They have water resources that they are using because there are a number of aircraft out there. I believe it was something like maybe 6 or 7 helicopters and 8 fixed wings, I believe. Really, so many resources were in the area because of the other fires. Did the firefighter want to say something to you, Amanda? Are you in a bad situation now?
Nope. No one can talk on camera here, but what I can say is through conversations that I'm having here is this fire is moving very rapidly, but again, their concern is that these trucks here only have so much water, and that's what they're going to have to fight if that fire does come this way. So that's why they're keeping all eyes on it to see if they need to route some of those water dropping aircraft to this area. So I will say I actually talked to this department just 2 days ago anticipating these winds coming through, and they had hundreds of extra firefighters prepared that were sent out, that were here ready to go, different strike teams ready to go as well. So they were prepared for this to happen. We have been thinking this would probably happen with the winds that we have seen. It's surprising to see that this area has been spared until this time. But a lot of this area had a long time to prepare with those winds that we've had in this area. So if you guys can fix my feedback, I'm getting a lot of feedback, so it's hard for me to talk back to you guys. But you can see right here we have Santa Clarita Valley water is coming in this way as well.
We've been listening to CBS News Los Angeles' live coverage of a fast-moving new wildfire that has broken out in Southern California. The Hughes Fire is burning near Santa Clarita in northern Los Angeles. The flames have already burned more than 5,000 acres so far. At this hour, it is 0% contained. Authorities have ordered mandatory evacuations in the area, and there are road closures as well. We will continue to monitor this fire. We will bring you more after a break. You're watching CBS News 24/7.
Is there no room for debate on college campuses anymore? 60 Minutes brings you to the new university that is demanding it.
The stakes are that high.
If our universities are screwed up, and I believe they are, then that will screw up America as a whole quite quickly.
An original documentary from CBS reports.
AI is among the most world-changing technologies ever.
Curing diseases, scientific breakthroughs, making lives better.
They can help us with medical discoveries, scientific discoveries, doing better agriculture, having cures for things like Alzheimer's.
It's also going to really transform the way we work.
The uplifting potential of artificial intelligence is limitless.
It gives you a friend, somebody to chat with 24/7 that is non-judgmental. He makes me feel loved and desired.
And so are its downfalls.
The problem with all this AI is that it's unpredictable and uncontrollable.
The choices we make now will have lasting effects for decades, maybe even centuries.
The ChatGPT revolution, now streaming on the free CBS News app.
I think I asked direct questions. I don't know that they're tough questions per se. What price should Moscow pay for trying to manipulate American voters? Isn't that giving people false hope? That's the role of Face the Nation, to focus on the issues at hand. And that means a civil conversation with perspective.
It was almost like being face to face with the devil.
Women riding bicycles dismembered.
She just vanished.
48 hours reports. I fought and fought.
911, what is your emergency?
She disappeared off the face of the earth.
Ever think in your wildest dreams someone might want to kill you?
This almost became a game of psychological warfare.
You're caught. You're gonna go down.
Stream 48 hours, 24/7.
I think we're very cute.
Yeah, I think we need to send out a Christmas card like this.
Yeah, let's do that.
Dollar Jill.
If you can't get into the market, it's okay. Renting is fine.
I wonder how Serena is feeling.
That's a really good question. No one's asked me that yet.
You're 70 years old? 70, yeah. I'm 21.
We'll see you 7 o'clock sharp.
When you need your sports news all the time,
We've got breaking news to bring to you.
CBS Sports HQ gives you a snapshot of all the sports that matter to you. When you need your sports in a snap, find it on CBS Sports HQ, streaming free anywhere you are.
Somebody wants the bag. How do they get the bag?
It's a name that's synonymous with luxury. 60 Minutes goes inside the House of Hermes to hear the history and meet the people who craft elegance one stitch at a time. It's time for 60 Minutes.
I'm Lindsay Reiser. It's 4:20 in New York, 1:20 in California, where a new wildfire has developed in Los Angeles County. We're going to take you now to CBS News Los Angeles' live coverage of the Hughes Fire.
Just be ready to go, ready, set, go. And that's what we've been hearing from fire departments, the LA County fire chief talking in regard to the Palisades and the Eaton fire, right? You need to be prepared. So when those orders come down, you have everything you need. And with these red flag conditions, with this critical fire weather that we're seeing, this is exactly what they feared would happen. And it is breezy up here. It is a lot windier here than it was in the San Gabriel Valley, where we were just coming from the Eaton fire, the burn area, the fire zone there in Altadena. So this is a situation, and I'm telling you, it is slow going. I mean, these trucks are still trying to get up there through the 5, but they're going to be facing a lot of, I'm thinking closures pretty soon here on the 5 in regard to how many officers I just saw flying past, about 24 of them.
And when you drive through that area of the Santa Clarita Valley, Jasmine, you know there's so many big rigs that go up through the 5 northbound heading into the Grapevine. Of course, they're doing business, and this only makes the traffic slower at this point when things like this are happening. It looks like you're close to Parker Road. Just makes it so difficult. And yep, we're already seeing some off-ramps being shut down there, Jazz.
Yeah, and you know what? And I think I was thinking about where Oliver, my photographer, and I, we were here in June covering the Post Fire in Gorman, and that was the summertime. Like, we expected those kind of red flag conditions and that critical fire weather. We're going to try to exit here off Parker, like I said, trying to get to one of these neighborhoods to go through this closure. Again, we're media, we have credentials, we have our fire gear, we have training. So we're going to go there and try to give you a sense of what's happening. I just saw some other crews pass by. So this is, again, one of the closures here right at Parker. And this is not, I don't think, and I think Mark Liu mentioned it, it's not burning into the post-fire burn scar, but that would create a fire break, right? I mean, those are the kind of, areas where the fire doesn't have anything left to burn. So you see how they're directing us around this roadblock, and so we'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. But look at that monster plume right there. Just the sky's so dark now.
All right, you two be very careful out there. Jasmine, we'll check back with you a little later.
All right, we want to check in with our Jeff Nguyen. He is with some folks that have evacuated from the fire, Jeff. Where are you at?
No, actually, guys, so we're actually in this cul-de-sac at Mariposa and Pinecrest, and these folks are in the process of evacuating. We're going to talk to Devin right now. So, Devin, was it your family member who was hosing down the house earlier?
Yes. Well, so this is my girlfriend's house and my girlfriend's family, and her mom was up on the roof. We have the hose on, still on. I think we set it up somewhere so it's just spraying down. I don't know. We just thought of that as maybe a good idea.
And talk to me about all of the things that you have packed, because I think some pets are in this car, and then your girlfriend has all of her stuff in the trunk of her car.
We have 2 kitty cats in there, and then in this one, and then 3 dogs in that one. in terms of, as far as what we packed, just sentimental stuff, some valuables. I mean, what's really most important is just all of our lives and our pets' lives. Yeah.
Do you live nearby? Is that how you were able to get over here and help your family?
No, I live across the other side of the Santa Clarita Valley. I drove up here and they blocked everything off, so I had to park somewhere and I ran like 3 miles up here, which is why I've been coughing this whole time. But I was still able to get here.
And I'm guessing you understand that they don't want too many vehicles in here to clear the way. Having said that, so you hoofed it for about 3 miles to come help her family?
Yes, it was quite the trek. Probably not good for my lungs, but I'm glad I was able to get here.
Hey, you know, I see her mom over there. She looks like she's got like a hospital badge on. Is she a healthcare worker?
She is.
Technician.
Gotcha. Let me get your name.
Sabrina.
Hey, Sabrina, talk to me about what you were doing up there, because you were on the roof. If you want to swing over this way so that Assad can have the roof behind us, and just kind of narrate for me a little bit. So come this way, and Assad, you're over here. So I saw you on the roof. Talk to me about what happened.
I was just trying to wet down the house. I'm trying to do anything I can help. I'm not sure if that helps the firefighters or what, but I don't know. I was like, better wet than dry. I'm not sure.
You know, and as you're kind of giggling, I'm guessing there's some nervous energy, and I totally appreciate that. Talk to me about the prep work. Your car is loaded up, that car, your kitty cats are in there?
Yes, our cats are in the Tesla because it has like a pet mode, so that's good. We have the dogs in my mom's car. We have 2 cars, but she was working on this car, so this car is just going to stay here because we can't move it right now. And yeah, I mean, we had to evacuate, I think it was maybe a year ago because there was a fire back there. So we've kind of been through this before. And especially with all the other fires right now, it's just like what California is going through.
Yeah, and certainly your family is taking this very seriously, yeah?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Talk to me about your mindset right now.
Well, I don't know. I just feel bad, like especially my mom. She just works so much for this house and just give us such a nice house and such a beautiful life. So I just really feel for her because I know it's her home. So yeah, okay. I think we're probably gonna go.
Okay, thank you for being so gracious with your time. All the best to you. Okay. So that is just one story of what is going on right now. What we were not able to show you during our live shot is in this direction. The Forest Service has a truck heading in this direction. They're trying to around some of the vehicles, and if I may, Assad, let's walk this way. I'm going to ask you to rotate with me this way. Over here, this homeowner also tried to hose down his house. You can see how his vehicle is parked in the driveway, ready to get out. And then down the street over there, you've got another Forest Service truck at the go. So they're going to use this area as a place where they're going to take a stand because, you know, Paul had mentioned in this area, you have a development such as this. So you've got this sort of suburban, rural interface because an example of what we're talking about is you see the hillside right over there where you see all of that brush. And after 2 very wet winters and 8 months of dryness in this area, that's why a neighborhood like this is such great concern. One of the good things about this neighborhood is that if we shoot right between these 2 houses, you can see there's a lot of brush clearance in the hillside right there. Having said that, we have seen embers jumping highways a number of times over the past couple of weeks or so, and that's why it's so scary if the winds were to pick up. Right behind us, you have some firefighters who are talking to the homeowner right there because in this cul-de-sac, it sits relatively high, and there's some brush right down below. And so right now, they are checking with some of the homeowners as they kind of figure out their game plan as things go on. But as you know, when you have these sort of force majeure events, things can be awfully capricious. So they try to do the best that they can in terms of planning. But, you know, one of the telltale signs of the planning is having fire engines out here. In addition, you see a number of LA County vehicles from the Sheriff's Department as well. This is a sheriff's vehicle. That's a sheriff's vehicle as well. We see more firefighters coming out of the backyard over there. The home where you see this rig right here, the fire truck, the red fire truck. Earlier, there was a woman coming out of that house. She is a more mature adult, I will say, and she got help from the Sheriff's Department to evacuate. Over here, this family is preparing to evacuate as well. And one of the things that they did was they backed up their pickup truck into the driveway, or their SUV, I should say, into the driveway so that they can skedaddle at a moment's notice. The relative good news, if you will, is when we first got here about half an hour ago, we saw a very dark cloud sitting right above us. So that tends to be a little bit scary from our fire training. What we have learned is that sometimes when the cloud or dark smoke cloud sits on top, what you're seeing is the fire creating its own weather system, if you will. And what that means is that when fire burns, oxygen rises into the atmosphere, and sometimes all of that heat will get trapped under that dark cloud. And the fear when that happens is that the air will collapse. So basically, oxygen will come straight down, and then it'll go outward and then feed a flame. So right now, at least for the time being, we don't see that dark cloud. Having said that,
we have been listening, excuse me, to CBS News Los Angeles' live coverage of a now fast-moving wildfire, a new one that has broken out in Southern California. It's called a Hughes Fire. It has already burned about 5,000 acres in Los Angeles County. 20,000 people are under evacuation orders in the Santa Clarita area. Another 15,000 under a warning to prepare for a potential evacuation. We know the winds are whipping up. We will continue to follow these developing fires as well as all the other news throughout the afternoon and evening. I'm Lindsay Reiser. You're watching CBS News 24/7.
Don't miss true crime anytime you want, anywhere you go, with the 48 Hours podcast. Real crimes.
Like a John Grisham novel come to life.
Real lives.
He pointed a gun to me and said, "This is the day you die." And he shot me.
Real justice.
There's some questions that have to be asked and need to be answered.
I'm an innocent man, and I hope the whole world can see it now.
Catch the latest episodes. Listen to 48 Hours on Apple Podcasts.
Okay, so let's just start at the beginning.
Well, let me start with this. What is at stake here? What is the answer then?
Do you know why?
You want me to just keep going?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Were there death threats?
How is this possible?
What's wrong with that argument?
Are you saying they lied?
Have you told the government that? Why won't you say the word crisis?
You're not answering my question.
Is that scary?
Does that make sense?
What do you mean?
What does that mean in
Did any of that make sense?
What's your response?
What happened? Why?
It's time for the CBS News Original 60 Minutes, Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Let's do it! Let's go! Let's do this! I can see clearly now that the rain is gone. Superstar approaching, superstar approaching.
Just get your popcorn and get ready.
Come on, Julia. Oh, no. I will if you will. You go, Gail.
Yeah, boy!
Dollar Jill. You can't get into the market. It's okay. Renting is fine.
Box, oh, it's bad. Screw cap, oh, it's bad. It's not true.
We are making a wonderful lemony chicken.
Ooh, it's hot. That's good.
I wonder what Serena's doing. I wonder how Serena is feeling.
That's a really good question. No one's asked me that yet.
You're 70 years old? 70, yeah.
I'm 21.
We'll see you 7 o'clock sharp.
To be moderator of Face the Nation is not an anchor, it's not an actress. You are up here to moderate a conversation. That means bringing the most powerful stakeholders to the table to become better informed.
There is no more room in our city.
New York City is receiving record numbers of migrants.
Today, we're going to have more than 500 adults and children come through that door.
Tensions rise as shelters reach max capacity.
We don't have to take care of them.
CBS Reports goes inside a crisis cities and families are facing as they fight to survive.
The United States still has that glimmer of hope for people to come here.
Fighting for a future. Now streaming on the free CBS News app.
Don't miss true crime anytime you want, anywhere you go with 48 Hours podcasts. Real crimes, real lives, real justice. Listen to 48 Hours podcasts wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on CBS News 24/7. I'm Lindsay Reiser. Here's a look at the top stories we're following right now. CBS News has learned the Trump administration has ordered agents along the southern border with Mexico to begin immediately deporting anyone crossing into the country illegally, even if they wish to seek asylum. The White House has also ordered the deployment of 1,500 active duty